Welcome to The Explainer. So, you're looking for the secret to success. If you go looking online, you're going to find like a million different answers. And let's be real, most of them totally contradict each other. So how in the world do you find the advice that actually works?
It really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? One person says you gotta hustle 24/7, the next says you have to work smarter, not harder. The path forward can feel kind of murky, right? But what if the real secrets were already out there, just waiting for someone to connect the dots?
Well, one source we found makes this really bold claim. It says there isn't just one secret to success. Nope, there are 100 of them. A full 100 different keys to unlocking your potential.
Now, trying to remember a list of 100 things is pretty much impossible. So, we've done the heavy lifting for you. We've distilled all that wisdom into a simple 3-part framework. Seriously, think of it as your new mental toolkit for success.
Okay, so our toolkit has 3 core parts. First, we're going to cover mastering your inner game. Then, we'll get into the engine of action. And finally, we'll talk about playing the long game. Let's dive right into part 1.
All right, part 1, mastering your inner game. The core idea here is simple, really. Before you can achieve anything out there in the world, you have to win the battle that's happening inside your own mind. Success is an inside job first and foremost.
It all starts with how you frame a challenge. See, most people look at a huge goal and their brain just screams one word: impossible. But successful people, they do this little mental flip. They look at the same word and they see, I'm possible. This isn't just some clever wordplay, you guys. It's a fundamental shift in perspective that unlocks everything else.
And that leads perfectly into this incredible metaphor. Birds fly because they think they can, right? They're not sitting there calculating aerodynamics. The belief has to be there first. The action, the achievement, it all follows the thought. This mindset bleeds into everything. Even that classic question, is the glass half empty or half full? It's way more than just being a cheerful person. An optimistic outlook is actually a strategic advantage. It's the lens that lets you see the opportunity, the water in the glass, in the first place.
Okay, so you've got your mindset locked in. What's next? Well, that brings us to Pillar 2, the engine of action. Because, let's face it, a great attitude is awesome, but it's totally useless if it just stays in your head. It's time to turn that mindset into actual results.
We've all heard this one, right? That success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. We love to celebrate that aha moment, that flash of genius. But the real work, the thing that actually gets it done, that's the 99%. It's the grind, the effort, the sweat.
But where do you point all that energy and hard work? A powerful metaphor warns us what not to do. Stop chasing butterflies. You know what I mean, right? Those shiny, fleeting ideas that look amazing for a second but have no real substance. Chasing them is just a recipe for getting distracted and getting nowhere. Instead, you've got to start digging for gold. Find that one valuable spot and just commit to it. Go deep. Butterflies are everywhere. They're easy. But gold, man, that's only for the people who are willing to put in the focused work and dig.
So what does this digging process actually look like in practice? Well, one of the secrets breaks it down into this really simple 3-step formula. First, work, and I mean work like your entire life depends on you and you alone. Second, have faith, or worship, as this source calls it, as if everything depends on something bigger than you. And third, you wait. But not nervously. You wait with this deep down knowing that it's going to happen.
And that whole waiting part, that brings us perfectly to our final pillar, playing the long game. Your mindset gets you started, your action gets you moving, but resilience is what keeps you in the game when things get tough. Because the road to success is, well, it's never a straight line, is it?
So here's a gut check question for you. When you get hit with a setback, are you a bubble or are you a ball? A bubble looks fine until it hits something, and then, pop, it just bursts. It's fragile. But a ball, it bounces back from that impact. And get this, sometimes it bounces back even higher than before. That's the goal. Be the ball. This idea of being the ball, it comes from reframing what failure even is. When you hit a roadblock, it feels like the end of the world. But this mindset says, whoa, hold on. It's not the end, it's only a bend.
It's just a turn in the road, inviting you to find a new way forward.
And playing the long game means you actually have a plan for it. Successful people, they're not just thinking about today. They're operating on all these different timelines at once. They have goals for the day, the week, the month, the year, all the way up to 5 years. They call that a pentad, which is a cool word, and even for the entire next decade. They are actively building their future across every single time frame.
So, there you have it. The 3 pillars that make up your personal success toolkit. It's all about mindset to build that solid foundation, action to go out and create the results, and resilience to see it through to the end. It all works together.
But the source, it saves its most profound and maybe its most surprising secret for the very end. After 99 secrets about what to do, the final one is simply this: I know nothing. This is all about humility. It's the key to lasting success. That commitment to being a student forever. Because the second you think you know it all, that's the second your growth stops dead in its tracks.
Look, at the end of the day, knowledge is only potential power. Applying it is what makes all the difference. So we're going to leave you with one final question to chew on. With this whole new toolkit at your fingertips, which single secret will you put into action today?